about to make me do it for my city, so please don't motherfucking tip me. Please don't motherfucking tip me. You about to make me do it for my city, so please don't motherfucking tip me.
Welcome to the Younger Watch podcast. I'm Marquette.
Slim.
Yo, we got a special guest in the building. I want everybody to put their hands together, yo. We got Rockie Fresh in the building, man. Y'all make some noise.
Yeah.
Make some noise, y'all.
What's going on, everybody?
Yo, it is a pleasure having you on board, bro.
Man, pleasure to be here, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Bro, actually, before we even start, yo, so I don't know if my brother remember this, though, right? Last year, season Bulls opener, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like down that baseline, close to like them to the Bulls bench.
Mm-hmm.
The game over, because it's like after Zach hit that shot and then they jagged it in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
I passed by, I spot you. I'm like, damn, is that Rockie Fresh? My brother's like, who's that? I'm like, never mind. Never mind. I should go get a picture real quick. But I seen you with your lady. I was like, nah,
bro, anytime, bro. I love, meeting people that support the music and know what's going on. So I try my best to just show love to anybody that show love to me for real. So
yeah, that's one thing I admire about you is that you real approachable. I worked at Bounce.
I remember. Yeah. You know, I was in
the
there
first night I
way
seen you,
too
y'all was
much.
doing like a off-white thing because everybody in y'all section was all white head to toe. You know what I'm saying?
Coordinate. You gotta coordinate.
Squad be dripping a little bit, but yeah. I rock with people, man. Like I didn't have good experiences with people. I don't really get into too many issues with people. It's always like give respect type of
right.
mentality. So
you got people out here with like 400 followers be acting Hollywood.
Yeah.
On the real.
And I be getting some of these rappers too, cause I done seen it go bad too. I done seen people try to take pictures and then they it's not even a fan. It's just somebody that wanted some clout, so they'll steal off a rapper, try to take your chain or something. So I always still be on my P's and Q's, but I just know I move with like love and respect. So I try to hope that I get that in return from everybody I come across.
What's the craziest thing somebody has done that you've seen?
I'm gonna be real, like tour life, you just see a lot of wild stuff. We done seen, girls try to do any and everything. Like I done been on some decent tours. So I went on like Dreams and Nightmares tour with Meek. I went on Wale's tour for The Gifted. I went on tour with G-Eazy and Tory Lanez when G-Eazy dropped like his first big project. So just seeing a different type of fans, it's like one thing that's across the board is like these girls really do a lot for some attention.
Get down.
Man, I seen people acting crazy for Waka Flocka, man. Like,
Waka got that way though. Like he, I view him as one of like the one of the OGs of like the drill sound that people hear to this day.
Definitely.
So. Salute to Waka too.
Because that's when I was doing security up at Bounce, and this girl was strong as hell trying to get.
I
couldn't hold her back. Like,
she about to suplex your goof ass.
Strong as hell. Like,
they find a new adrenaline when they want to get.
I'm telling you.
All right, so I wanted to get in a few questions too, because I personally, I just got some stuff.
You doing the speed first?
We can do that right after, but I want to just kind of knock these off real quick. So. Real quick, bro, what is the origin of your stage name? Because, she already blew the bag and told you your real name. So I was like, bro, it's weird. I can't say it. I'm not going to say his real name because just...
Nah, it's all good. For those that don't know, my real name is Donald Pullen. I'm named after my pops. Right. And it's like, coming up, me and my pops, this is a quick backstory. Like, he always been in my life. We just had like a, I ain't really understand how bro was moving though, in the sense of like just how our relationship was just a little rocky. But as I got older, my pop's like my best friend. So when I was coming up, I was like, damn, I'm named after my dad. That shit like not cool. But now I'm like super proud of that shit. You know what I'm saying? My pop's like,
it could be worse, bro.
Yeah,
you could be like a Frank or something.
Yeah, you feel me? Like,
it could have been a
my pops.
Yeah,
my pops, my dog.
That's his middle name.
Guard. It could have been
Delroy Jr.
Right? Delroy.
I know a Remus.
Remus?
Remus? Oh, yeah.
Bartholomew.
There's definitely some names out here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I rock with it. But to answer your question, so the name, I honestly never thought that I was going to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that shit was like really possible to pull off. So basically me and my homies, we had started this little group called The In Crowd when we was shorties. I wasn't even rapping though. We was just on some fly shit. And like we used to be super inspired by like 90s movies and shit from our childhood. So my favorite character from one of my favorite movies, which was Three Ninjas, was the dude Rocky. And he used to get
Love.
yeah.
Emily.
Yeah.
Rocky Love.
But that's the thing though. So
Hold on, before
you
you
gotta
finish,
let that
don't
track.
tell me Fresh came from that movie Fresh with that little badass kid. that
nah,
was
so
running.
Fresh came in high school just for me just dressing and shit.
okay.
And everybody, oh, this nigga the freshest nigga in school and shit. And it just kind of like came from that. But the Rocky portion came from Three Ninjas and also from Power Rangers 2. The Red Ranger was my favorite Ranger. His name was Rocky 2. So when we was just picking our little names and shit, like it was like that shit just, you know, that's where it came from.
it.
And then the Fresh shit just came from getting fits off in school and niggas like, oh, you fresh? And
I can't believe I never
put
knew
it together
that.
like that,
I didn't
yeah.
even ask.
Yep,
Bro, she
that's
was
where that
spilling
shit
the
came
beans before you
from.
even got here,
I
asking
would,
questions.
they
Yeah.
was, trying to ask me stuff, and I'm like, well, what can I say? I want y'all to ask him this when he get on.
Yeah.
I had to tell her like, don't wait until the interview.
Yeah.
Actually, you know. All right, so what is your favorite project or album of your own?
Man, that's tough. Cause humbly, like I'm a fan of my shit, you know what I'm saying? But it be certain stuff that I look back on and I just be like, damn, why the fuck did I say that? So that be throwing off projects for me. Like my fans, they'll probably say Driving 88 or Electric Highway my best projects. For me, I think as far as song making and like me growing as an artist, my last project probably my favorite just because I pulled off records that I always dreamed of making. The lyrics on there is something that I'm looking back on and be like, damn, I low key snapped on this shit. Like, this is a well put together song. Whereas some of my older shit, I know why fans like it because of the place that they was in when they heard it. But some of them lyrics just be like, it was just young nigga shit, like me being a kid. This is like
I don't
more.
know. I still listen to the other side.
And
So
it's like,
don't
and I think
know.
I'm a,
Like,
but see, I'll say this, the
was
other
like-
side,
and I
my
think
second favorite.
creatively-
Other side is my second favorite project.
Yeah.
That could be tied for number one because I feel the same way. I look back on
Right.
that project, I'll be like, damn, the lyrics was on point, the
Yep.
singing shit. That's when I started doing the auto-tune and all of that. So, yeah, like them probably my top two, my last project and then the other side. would
What
be
track?
tied.
What track did you know that you made? That was like, yeah, this is gonna happen. This is real. Cause everybody got
You
that
making
one
a dig in the
song.
archives now, right?
Everybody got that one song where they realize like, damn, I'm really that nigga.
I'm gonna be real, like it'd be like a moment, like it'd be couple songs that like throughout the course, because I feel like my career has just been like a slow rise. Like every year, it's like, you know, we try to like accomplish like more things, and I feel like obviously certain songs spark that. So it's like at one point when I put out my first real song, it was a song titled Rockie Fresh. That was the first time. It's a blog called Fake Sure Drive, and like that was the first time I got posted on there, and it caused like that's the first time I seen haters in my life. Like niggas like, oh, this nigga Rockie Fresh weak as fuck, but then other people was like, this nigga Rockie Fresh raw as hell. So then it was arguing. I'm arguing with niggas. And I'm like, damn, this shit low key, like people listening to me, like. And then I dropped my tape after that. Then it was just, you know, other little songs. But I think like the first real shocking moment that I've had with a record is probably the song Must Be that I just dropped with Chris Brown last year. Yeah. Only because of the numbers and the radio play that it's got, like that shit over 25 million streams right now. And it's like, I always been in it to, you know, try to reach them type of numbers. So I guess like that's probably the first one where I'm like, damn, like.
I was gonna say Driving 88 is what introduced me to you.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I've been bumping Destination for like the last couple of weeks. So I'm already in tune with Destination, but Driving 88 is what introduced me. I had to go back and listen to Electric Highway. I missed that, and then I missed the one that was right after it was a
you talking about the night I went to?
Yeah, I missed
that's
that
like
one.
my most slept on shit for a lot of reasons, but
that jazz
that got took off. Like the night I went to kind of got fucked over due to sample clearance and just the changing of the guards and music. Like we was transferring from a CD era to Apple Music and Spotify, and that release kind of just got caught in between that shit. So it kind of failed a little bit, but not failed as a project, but it just, you know, the
I'm
promotion
low-key
was
seeing a
heavy.
common theme from Driving 88 to Destination now. Like, I'm just the DeLorean thing. And I
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
if you Back to the Future fan or you just
definitely.
love with the mags or what? I was just
Definitely.
like...
So how that came about, like, basically I always been inspired by movies, as I told you, like with my name and shit. So when I dropped The Other Side, I was like, man, you know, I'm starting to get like a lot more attention, like just in the country. Like I want to do something that, like, you know, makes people continue to want to look towards me for certain shit. And I'm also big about like natural inspiration. So Ironically, one of my homies who I know just being around in the scene, his name is Nim. He started shooting music videos, and he's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I want to shoot your first music video, this, that, and the third. So we had that talk. I ended up going out to LA for the first time. I'm sitting on my homie couch. Shout out my dog, Mike Daly. I stayed on his couch. Me and all my dogs, he had like a 1-bedroom apartment. We drove from Chicago to his crib in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like probably 6 deep, stayed in a 1-bedroom apartment. Bro, shit was crazy, bro.
I know.
So we drove to bro crib, and I'm just like, basically, we all imagine like 6, 7 dudes living in a 1-bedroom. Like that shit wasn't gonna work. So we ended up having fallouts with everybody and shit. And it looked up, and I was literally the only one out there still with my dog and shit. So I'm sitting on this couch smoking weed, Back to the Future on. And I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hear like, oh yeah, this whip needs to reach 88 miles per hour to reach its destination and this and that. And I'm just like, oh, this shit kind of hitting a little different. So then one of the producers that was out there with me, he flew back home. We was kind of into it. Shout out my boy Gift. We be falling in there all the time. That's my boy though. But he sent me a beat, which was that song Into the Future, which is basically one of the, that's like the video that like really put me on and shit. But he sent me the beat to that song, and I was like, yo, this shit crazy. Like, so I went in the next room, recorded that shit in my bro living room, and took excerpts from the movie and started putting it into the song and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then when I came back home, I tapped in with my bro who I told you went to shoot the videos, and lo and behold, this nigga had bought a DeLorean for himself, and he had got the Nike mags.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like the real shoes and shit. So he was like, man, bro, like we could do your whole like videos, like 2 of your videos with my car and shit. And that's how it all came about. Like
that makes sense, cause I was like, damn, I'm seeing a common theme with this Electric Highway, Driving 88, Destination. I'm like, damn, you must really love the.
And I got that thing too from Kanye too, in the sense of like with graduation, late registration, college dropout. It's like when you like building fans, you want to give them something that they could follow along with, and something that they can connect to, and something that they can revert back to.
Definitely.
It's like in real life, I don't even drive no DeLorean. I'm in the new school cars and all of that shit. But that shit is symbolic about like what I try to represent, which is about thinking about the future, still staying true to the past, and being able to go back and forth, you know what I'm saying, in time in your mind, and being able to pull from things that you've been through in order to like push you to another place.
But low key, that DeLorean was ahead of his time, though.
Man,
you think about it back
crazy.
in the future,
Yeah, the
like,
doors,
man, this shit was
the
nigga, butterfly doors.
They went crazy.
Right?
Stainless steel whip, like it's low key a fly's car, like for real.
It is.
I was like, damn. All right, so let me. All right, so if you weren't a rapper, what profession you think you'd be in?
Shit. I don't know, man.
At this point, it's hard to imagine, right?
I'm gonna tell you why, cause like I used to want to do like all of the prestigious shit. I want to be a lawyer. I was on the debate team in high school for a minute. Like for 1 year, I won a bunch of awards for that shit. Like, you know, but I just really didn't fuck with school. So it's like I can't tell you what I would do, huh?
What school?
We said what school?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to Homewood Flossmoor High School. But even in grammar school, I skipped a grade when I was a shorty, and from that point forward, I just didn't fuck with school. I'm like, this shit just don't even like they letting you feel me.
Above this.
So I was always getting in trouble. My grades super fucked up. I wasn't supposed to graduate. My parents, they tell the story to this day. Like the school called them like, your son name definitely not fit to be in the bulletin. We don't think he's gonna graduate. And I made some finesse moves and figured it on out, walked and everything. So, but with that being said, I have no clue, bro. And I it's crazy to say that, but it's just like, I really believe I was born to do this shit because I have no other idea probably what I would be doing without this shit.
I mean, like you said, sometimes your calling might hit you in the face. It might take some years, but bro, it fell into place, and this is what this is what your calling is. So, all right. So I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna say that one question I have. I'm gonna say that for last though. So, all right, who is your favorite, your top 5 favorite Chicago artists, past and present?
Past and present.
Let's go past first, and then we can go present now.
Past. I mean, I would probably go with the typical 5, like Kanye, Lupe, Twista, Common, and who I'm forgetting.
Do or Die.
I would say Bum J. I went to high school with Bum J's sister. Shout out Aaron, and I just was in tune with bro music. Like I remember when I heard his shit on NBA Live, I thought that was one of the dopest shits ever. So that would be my top 5. Past, present, I would have to go with Like me and Dirk, like that's like, you know what I'm saying, one of my homies from when I first came in. So I respect Dirk music a lot. I fuck with Herbo. I fuck with Polo G. I think Saba is dope. And my bro YP too. I feel like he one of the most slept on like Chicago rappers. Of course, I fuck with Chance and Vic and all of them, but it's like we all kind of you know, come from the same like roots musically. Okay. So it's like I like shit that I can't do, or shit that's like, you know, that inspires me in a way of like he's speaking for a different side of the fence, and I think that is something that Chicago needs. So that top 5 that I pick is more so out of that mindset.
And so like, and this is the thing what kind of like made me gravitate towards your music, because like me per se, like when Kanye first came out, when, you know what I'm saying, like I never could gravitate to, even though I listened to gangsta rap, but like the old Kanye was who I looked up to, and that's when I'm like, and so you got the Chances, you got the Vicks, you know what I'm saying, and then like I go back as far as with Lupe, you know what I'm saying, and Common, like those are the people that I listen to. Like I'm not a fan of the drill because I don't like the
that ain't what you own, like
right. I feel like it's a misrepresentation of what Chicago is. It's a beautiful city, beautiful art. It's tons of artists is here, and I feel like we've been labeled with that negativity for so long.
Hey, but that drill took off though.
It took
off.
But
that's what I was gonna say. It's like
I
had another conversation about this, and the real thing that like I try to teach people about the music business, because it's this big mindset that, you know, the labels control what y'all see. You know what I'm saying? Because this person is this talking label about, is put, but that's not really the case. Like Chief Keef, what made his wave what it was is not because the label stamped it. That's what the kids and the people just really fuck with. And sometimes we go through transitions in the music world as a whole where we might be seeing shit at a higher level, but just the masses, that's just what they own. You know what I'm saying? And drill music has just become that guilty pleasure for, you know, the world. Like they not just in tune with the music, they in tune with the storyline, they in tune with the beats that come with it, the bodies that you know what I'm saying, suffer from that shit, and that's like a movie to them. So that's just what they own. Like
all the time I hear Keith and a lot of people that's really relevant today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell
drill changed the landscape of everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he a legend for sure.
I'm not gonna lie though, my guilty pleasure is listening to Polo G.
Oh yeah, Polo G hard. Polo G dope. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Chicago, we got some amazing like artists that got real stories right now. Like the music is coming from a real place, and that's why most of the artists that come from here, they gonna get respect everywhere else, because the shit, you just gotta speak on real shit when you come from Chicago, no matter where you from.
Yeah. Definitely do. Okay. So Ash wanted me to definitely throw this in here because I'm glad we was on the subject as far as like just fatherhood. Like, so like how was fatherhood for you, and like what have you learned from it?
Especially, you know, while being a traveling artist and all that.
Yeah. I mean, fatherhood is super dope, man. That shit is probably the best part of my life. You know, like that. It's a game changing thing. Me and my daughter, we got a great relationship. I spend so much time with her. Like I was joking with her mom, and it's like I spend probably more time with her than anybody. Yeah. So I think on the financial side, it's definitely turned me up too. Like, you know, knowing that I'm hustling for another person's legacy. Yeah. But even the road to fatherhood, like, bro, I had a really dope ass, like, you know, road to that shit. Like, from having people, shout out my bro Charles, like seeing how he is with his kids. My dad, you know, was really good with us. And then on top of that, like, this is some shit that has not been released just because the paperwork is not right on it. But I actually was working on a documentary about my road to fatherhood, which I filmed, but it's just the footage, like the business on the footage, it's like in a tricky place. But I ended up getting advice from Jay-Z on fatherhood, DJ Khaled, Ross, Wale, Bump J, like I really got to sit down with like a lot of people that I look up to, and they give me like the do's and don'ts and just kind of help me like wrap my mind around being a rapper and, you know, having that experience. And by the time it came, shit, like just God just been able to bless me to keep a good balance of being there for her as much as I need to while still, you know, handling my business on the music side. So it's been dope.
And I can definitely tell y'all, my munchie love her daddy. I dropped her off today, and my sister opened the door. And she said, "Hey, boobs," and Munchie said, "What my daddy?" She didn't even hug. She didn't care, y'all. She went straight to the door to see what her daddy was.
She was at Cam session, right?
Yep. Yeah, we brought her to Cam session. Yep. Yeah.
You want to get into speed questions?
I want to ask this, actually two more, and then we can hop into that. So, well, real quick. So, I actually have a few favorites off of Destination that I fuck with heavy. Health Risk is one of my favorites. Actually, let me take that back. Feelings Hurt. That's my favorite one.
Salute.
Yeah.
Done With It, right there.
Salute.
Too Late, right there. Always Love. I'm really vibing to Take a Second. I like that. I like that. That's around here. That's really. I like that. I like that record too. And then Falling is just a vibe. I like that. So those my favorites. It's another one on that. I keep like I ain't gonna lie, like I listen to some of them and I don't remember the track name.
Yeah, I know how it go. I can't even remember my own shit. We making so much music now, like.
No, it's Manuscript. That's what.
Oh yeah, Manuscript.
Manuscript.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why I feel the Manuscript because when you said. I forgot the line, but you mentioned Jesse White Tumblers.
Oh yeah, Jesse White Tumblers.
Like,
I'm making it flip. Yeah.
Cause you know what I mean. I tried out for Jesse White Tumblers twice, my nigga, and I never made it. And I never made it, bro.
That shit's scary.
I flipped
I
with
used
him,
to be seeing them do all that shit. I'm like, one of these little niggas gonna break their neck one of these days. This shit ain't even worth all of that. Like, but I respect Jesse White Tumblers. Them niggas are super athletic. And they used to be sending up the parades and all that shit. They used to go crazy.
I tried out twice and didn't make it. And like, cause like, the crazy thing about it now is that's gymnastics. Yeah. But we ain't call that shit that.
Nah,
gymnastics.
that was that old form. That was that old form.
It was flipping and tumbling.
Flipping and tumbling.
That's it. We ain't call it gymnastics, but bro, we was doing it back then.
I flipped off everything as a kid. Out of swings, off the monkey bars, over shit.
Mattresses.
Yeah.
To this day, I can't do an aerial because I remember one time I did an aerial and I then it fucked my head up. When I did this, I'm staying away from. But I have to be flipping off.
I ain't gonna
everything.
lie, shout out my boy Twine James. He had to miss a whole year of school and shit because he did an aerial and gym, broke his leg crazy as hell, missed the whole year of school for that shit.
I had explained to your sister what the aerial was. I was like,
I was like, what's that? What you talking about?
It's like a no-hand cartwheel.
I ain't know. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do that either.
Yeah, that shit crazy.